This is the opening ceremony. It hasn't started yet. It's 10 minutes away though. So all the figures on the table, Ultraman stuff, Gigantic Godzilla 1989, Giant Zilla, Giant Ultra 7,
Or the 2000 actually.
Giant Gamera. There's Minion. Yeah. So the opening ceremony is starting pretty soon. So yeah.
Last week, yes, we are lucky to have two newer members of the Science Patrol to introduce our Ultra team. Would you please bring up our last three guests? This year I don't have a chair up here. But I'm young and energetic, so that's okay. Thank you very much for giving such a warm welcome to our guests, who we will be introducing very shortly. My name's J.D. Lees, and I'm the sort of the guy that tries to get this thing organized with a lot of help. People have been asking me about my t-shirt. It was made for me, and many others have managed to pick one up. It says Godzilla for President.
Yeah.
They asked me if
Godzilla Trump.
They asked me if I preferred the 2014 Godzilla or the classic Godzilla, and that was an easier choice than you guys had in November, I think. I just wanted to say that G-Fest is a non-political organization. I'm not trying to make any kind of a statement at all. I'm Canadian, if you don't know. Like the Wolverine, I'm not making any political statement, but I must admit that the famous line from Godzilla 2000 came to mind, where they said, when Godzilla is attacked, he advances, he doesn't retreat. And I have to say that reminded me of one of your candidates, and I'm not going to name any names. But, you know, speaking of politics and fighting and so forth, that's not what this is about. I just wanted to say that this morning I was looking at the dealer's room as everybody was setting up, and the room to the Tokusatsu room down at the end of the hall was open, and I could see both. They were full of people, all kinds of people. There were the dealers bringing their goods in. They had all their helpers working with them. Paul Gavin's crew was setting up for the Tokusatsu in the far end and all doing their jobs. The hotel people were there, and I was thinking about all the people that were going to come, and the volunteers and the other areas of the convention that were all busy being set up. And I just thought what a wonderful thing that is, because we have one sort of a central idea and love, and it unites us all here. And we don't all know each other, and even the people in the committee don't know what everybody else is doing. We're all doing our own thing, getting ready now, but because we have this one goal and this one ideal, which is to give people a great weekend and have a good time, we all work together, and we pull off a great convention and have a wonderful weekend every year. And I just thought that's a wonderful thing, really. And if G-Fest could be sort of a microcosm of the real world, what a wonderful world it would be. I would like to very quickly introduce the people on the committee, and as I mentioned, there are many, many people who make this convention happen, doing many jobs, from small ones and ones that they can do for a couple of hours, and we're very grateful for that. And then there are people who work for months to get ready for this thing. And so I'm only going to mention the main committee heads here. And so I would like them to stand if they're not, or at least wave when I mention their name. And at the end, if you could give them a big round of applause, but in the interest of getting through our program in good time, you could hold your applause till the end. Martin Arlt, who organizes the programming for the convention, all the excellent sessions. We're supposed to hold till the end, remember that? That's okay, because I'm also a teacher and I know that my students don't listen to me. Tim Bean, who makes sure our guests are well taken care of and organizes today. Paul Gabbins, who, as I mentioned, has the Tokusatsu room down the end of the hall and organizes the costume parade. Is Paul here? Not yet. See, he's still working. And Jeff Horn, is he here? There he is there, who does the in-house TV, the film festival, the publicity, and puts up all the signage and many, many other jobs here. Stan Hyde, who organizes the modeling plan. My daughter, who isn't here, Peyton, she's not here, she's up there resting. She's been organizing all the volunteers all weekend. Dave Nunes, who does the dealer's room and the charity effort. Michael McCants, who organizes the gaming, the video game tournament, and all those other accessory activities there. Is Michael here? Yeah. He's in the game room. Thank you. Okay. My friend Eric Warrenson, who isn't really a Godzilla fan, he's sort of a mild fan, but that's great because he's happy to sit at the registration desk all day and he doesn't mind missing everything. So I really appreciate it. I know you never believe it to look at me, but Eric and I have been best friends for 55 years, so that's pretty good. Frank Parr, who organizes Artist Alley for us. Frank, is he here anywhere? He's probably still hiding up there. Steve Pazensky, who does the art room and keeps the website up and running all year long, which is a very important thing. And our man at the control panel, Andy Steele, who makes it These are what I guess we could call the masters of their domain. Each of them has an area to work with, and many, many people work with them. So I'm naming them, but in doing that, I'm thanking everybody who works with them to make this convention happen. So thank you all. I would next like to introduce our special guests, many of whom have come a very long way to be here. And so I'm going to ask them just to say a few words of greeting as I name them. First, making his third G-Fest appearance. I think if Godzilla is king of the monsters, we could say that Takarada-san is king of the Godzilla actors, and we're so glad that he would come back and grace us with his presence another time. Thank you, Mr. Takarada, for coming.
Good evening, G-fans. My name is Akira Takarada from Tokyo, Japan. Thank you very much for inviting me again to Chicago G-Fest. This is the third time for me. Our first time is 2010 and 12 and this year. I'm very happy to be back in Chicago and see with you all. Thank you.
Yeah, you And then in 2010, we're delighted to have Ultraman himself, Mr. Bin Furuya.
Good evening.
Good evening. My name Big Furuya. Ultraman パフォーマーやりました。
He's talking like he's talking in English and Japanese, but the Ultraman performer. That's what I am.
UFFA アマイカをやりました。
He's done a lot of things. Yeah. Okay.
4年前、高田先輩とシカゴに皆さんの前に嬉しく立ちました。
I came with Mr. Takarada 4 years ago and stood in front of you, wonderful people. I'm very happy that too.
4年やっと経ってジェイジーさんがゲストにまた迎えてくれました。
And it took 4 years for JD to have me come back again.
ロングでした。とても長かったです。
That 4 years seemed like a very long time.
また5年経ったら55周年で僕が生きていたらまたゲストに呼んでください。
When in 55 years happens, anniversary happens, and I'm still alive, I hope he calls me back.
よろしくお願いし
That's indeed. Our next guest, also from Japan, not for the third time or the second time, but for the first time. And we're very glad to have her, and also another first. She will be the first woman to accept the Mangled Skyscraper. Award ceremony, so I hope you'll all be able to be there. I would like to thank Miss Hiroko Sakurai for coming all this way to be with us this year.
Good evening. My name is Hiroko Sakurai. どうぞよろしく。
Please accept my acceptance.
私はウルトラ Q では江戸川百合子の役、ウルトラマンでは、藤明子隊員の役をやりました。
I was in Ultra Q and
江戸川百合子。
as Fuji.
大丈夫？
ちょっとわからないです。In Ultra Q and as Fuji and Fuji and Akigo Tai. That's what I played. Those are my names. I'm more into Godzilla than Ultraman.
今回は宝田先輩と古谷先輩と東宝の3人組で呼んでいただいて初めてシカゴに、来させていただきました。
With Mr. Takara and Mr. Veed together, this is the first time I've come to Chicago, and with the three of us from Toho, we're here for you guys.
2016年はウルトラ Q とウルトラマンの、生誕50周年です。
This is the 50th anniversary of Ultraman, so we're glad to be here.
こんな素敵な記念すべき年にシカゴに、お呼びいただきまして本当に光栄です。
I'm very happy to be here and glad you accepted invite us to come to the 50th anniversary here to Chicago. We're so happy to be here. Thank you.
あと2日間ぐらいですけど、皆さんと一緒に楽しく、ゴジラコンベンションをさせていただきたいと思います。どうぞよろしくお願い申し上げます。
Thank you. We're enjoying the rest of the G-Fest together. Thank you very much.
Our next guest did not have a long career in Kaiju Eiga, but it took a long time to find her. She made a big impression when she was doing it, and we're so glad that Linda Miller could be here to share her experiences in one of our favorite Kaiju films, King Kong Escapes. Thanks for coming.
I am as excited to be here as you guys seem to be excited to see all of us. So I just want to thank you all for coming. I want to thank you all for loving these movies, this genre of movies. And even though I'm not, that she talked about the 3 Toho people, I am a Toho person too. Gaijin Toho. I had a wonderful experience making the movie, and I had a great time with Takarada-san. And I hope you have a chance to come by and talk to us and ask any questions that you have, because it's our pleasure to be here, and I'm very excited. It's my first time. I haven't seen so many people except at the airport. You know. So I just want to thank you very, very much, and I hope you all have a great weekend. Thanks.
Also made many appearances at G-Fest. He's also a recipient of the Mango Skyscraper Award. I've actually lost count, and when he said today it was 10 or 11 years since he'd been here, I could hardly believe it, because he's been a constant friend to the convention in many ways, and to the G-Tours when we've been over in Japan. Thanks for coming back, Yoshikazu Ishii.
My name is Yoshikazu Ishii. いいですか、日本語ですいません。11年ぶりにまた来ることができました。本当に嬉しいです。
It's been 11 years since I've been here, but I'm very happy to be back again.
すいません。ですね、すいません、何回か来て呼んでいただいたんですが、ちょっと私の仕事で来ることができずに11年かかってしまいましたが、本当に僕は怪獣映画を始めるきっかけが G フェストにあったと思ってるんで、また本当にここに来れて皆さんと一緒に楽しい時間が過ごせたらいいなと思っています。
He says it took him 11 years to get back here. He tried to come out a few years before, but because of his job and things going on, he wasn't able to come. But it's because of the first G-Fest that he came to that all of this work came to him through Kawakita and everything else. So he's very, very happy to be back when this all started for him as well. Thank you.
We're very happy to have sitting next to Linda, our guest Tony Isabella.